Hello. Hi there. Hello. First off, Merry Christmas, and I hope you guys are having an awesome 2021 so far. I have two things for you today. One, a cool story, and two, an explanation of a device I've been using and I'll continue to be using. So let's get into that first.
Hey Sobi, what is this blue contraption on the side of your Vexilar?
So in recent videos on YouTube and Instagram, there's been an overwhelming amount of comments and questions about this blue contraption on the side of my Vexilar. And it does look funky at first look, but today I'll kind of go through it and explain it really quick what it is, why I've been using it, and the success I've kind of found with it, because it's pretty interesting. There's like a million products out in the ice fishing world. There's a million different jigs. There's a bunch of different houses, units, rods, this, that. They're all kind of, they've been done before, right? Like there's been ice rods for years and years and years. They've slowly advanced and there's much better ice rods now, but this contraption right here is kind of unique in its own, and it does something that I don't think anybody else has ever invented before. And that's kind of why I have it on my unit, and that's kind of why I've been running it. And that was kind of my first reason why I was curious about this in the first place, to see if it even worked. So I'll go through it. It looks just like a little blue microphone on one side, like yeah. And then on the other side is the control panel. Okay, cool, that's what it looks like, but what does it do? So this unit is called the Ice Defense Pro Series by Cold Nation Outdoors. And the whole reason behind this unit and the whole kind of premise of what it does, it keeps your hole open from the slush, this gross stuff right here. So you can actually jig and fish and your line doesn't get full of ice, whether you got rattle reels down, whether you're jigging outside, whether you're in the house, whether you're hole hopping, it doesn't matter what you're doing. This eliminates all this freezing slush from having your hole refreeze on you, especially on those really, really cold days. It's amazing. So the unit I run a Vexilar FLX30BB, and on the Pro Pack it has 2 ports right here. But basically any unit, the battery is fairly accessible from the back. They also make a lot of attachments, so you can plug it into external batteries or plug it into your specific unit. But I have 2 ports up front, so that's where I plug mine in. And seriously, on the cold days, I just take it out, plop it in the water like that, and then you flip one dial. I don't know if you can see that right there, but it's shooting out water. And I know what many of you are thinking, is this just like an aerator? Does it just push water around? No, it's not. What this does is it pulls water from the bottom of your hole, which is much hotter, up to the top of your hole. And what it does is it basically takes that warm water and melts all this slush up top here. So you can kind of already start to see it's going to work, and it's going to take care of all this slush here. And it's incredible. I've used this in negative 20-degree weather. I've used it inside a wheel shack. I've used it so many different places, and in a matter of, I don't know, 30 minutes, the hole will probably be completely clear. It's honestly impressive. It's very, very impressive. As far as tech stuff on this channel, I talk a little bit about my Vexilar, an underwater camera, but besides that, I don't talk about a lot of techie stuff on here because I don't use a lot of techie stuff. And this product's really incredible. I trust it, and I think it's so unique that it stands alone. I wanted to kind of talk about it at the beginning of the video. So yeah, I'll make sure to link it down below. Ice Defense Pro Series by Cold Nation Outdoors. Check it out. It's a good gift for anybody that ice fishes. I don't care if you sit in a wheelhouse and you want to keep your set lines open. I don't care if you hole hop. I don't care if you're into spearing and you want to keep that big hole open. Maybe you put 2 on both sides. There's so many applications this could be used for. I'm impressed. So that's that. Now on to the story of the day. So this is pretty cool. This is really cool right here. Back around Christmas time, I think it was Brok Outdoors, Augie Auger Isaacson, myself, and Steph the Great. If you guys haven't seen Steph the Great on this channel before, it's because she's been super busy this past year, but Steph's getting out fishing more and more with us, and this story is kind of all about her. So back around Christmas, it's just Brok and myself, and we kind of explored this area that the boys had already previously explored, and we caught a bunch of fish. Here's some footage from that day. Fish on. Crappie. Nice. Fish on. Fish on. There we go. Maybe there aren't giants in here. Maybe there's just small fish in here. Good fish. That's a good fish right there. Nice bass. Beautiful largie. Stout. Set line. Nice crappie. Nice crappie on the set line. fish on. Good fish. Good fish. Nice kill. Big fish. Crappie after crappie after crappie. We caught a bass. We caught bullhead. We caught so many random species, and we're like, okay, this is a cool little slit backwater area, and I think we'd like to try this again. And we kind of had an inkling that there might be some giant crappies back here. And that was kind of the goal. That was what we were trying to accomplish. Catch a giant backwater river crappie. And it's only 5 feet, mind you. It's so shallow, so muddy. So after kind of exploring this backwater, Brok and Augie drilled some holes away from where we were fishing. Me and Steph the Great were fishing inside the house, catching some fish. It was all good. And then we started to all kind of hole hop down in an area that hadn't been drilled out. There hasn't been much foot traffic, and we got on just an insane school of them. I'll run that footage right here. This is like one of the first holes I walked up to in this little 5-foot flat area that was brand new to us. Yeah. Dude, he was sitting there when I put my deucer down. I was like, sweet Jesus. Freaking, it's every drop. It's every drop. There's so many crappies under there. That's a better one. They're getting better. In 5 feet of water, there was just fish stacked on top of each other. Just awesome keeper crappies, anywhere from 9 to 11 inches. Just beautiful, very healthy, quality fish. Stacked in 5 feet of water. Just looked like lasagna on the Vexilar. And I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta run back and tell Stephanie. So I sprint back to the house. I opened the door and I said, Stephanie, get out here. Like, we got a hole hop. Like, there's fish everywhere in this new section that the boys just drilled out. So she leaves the house and walks out and drops down in her first hole. And the first hole she jigs in, it's like, boom. And she goes, guys. And she's being kind of quiet because there are people around us. There was a decent amount of foot traffic kind of to our north. And she's like, guys, I'm serious, big one. And me and Augie turn around, and Augie doesn't get a real good look at it. I don't get a real good look at it. Augie stands up, walks over, and he goes, oh my God. And he just sprints right at Steph. And Steph had it right in between her legs. She fought it. She kind of flipped it up onto here, and I go, oh my God. Steph the Great does it again. She always catches the big fish. She always catches the mondos. And I don't see that changing in 2021 because she always catches the big ones. And I'm freaking jacked up about it.
Deal. Steph, you want to bump it?
You bump it. I'm not checking that.
Oh, Stephanie just got a giant, her biggest ever picture.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, mouth touching.
Oh my God. That's 14 and a half. Well, close. 14 and a quarter. That's a giant.
That's a giant.
That thing's so thick.
I know.
That is your
It's
biggest.
so thick.
We got it in there with an aerator. It's doing really well. Look at how lively it is.
So big.
Make sure it doesn't bump too hard.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
I'm keeping his mouth right by this aerator.
What was that like? Talk to me.
That was absolutely amazing. we were catching some like here and there, like very, like 8-inch, like nothing big. And then Brok and Augie are like, oh, we've been seeing some marks over here. So we literally moved maybe 50 feet. First hole I dropped down into, didn't even get to the bottom. Halfway up, it just came and hit me on my way dropping down.
Sick. Brok and Augie kind of ventured off and drilled some holes where nobody else was fishing. And I smoked a bunch of them. They were smoking a bunch of them. And Stephanie comes in and catches a bomb.
What'd you catch then?
A little drop kick, pink drop kick.
With
the waxy.
plastic?
No,
Oh,
waxy.
That's the
Little pink drop kick. Nice. Let's see that. Augie, hold that fish out real quick. That is such a big crappie, dude.
And we got an aerator here keeping it super healthy.
That is so big, dude. All right, I think we're gonna get some pictures and we'll get this big girl right back in the water.
We've drilled this live well because we literally knew that we were gonna get a giant, and we actually have an aerator that's pumping fresh oxygen into this water. This fish is gonna kick back perfectly fine, but it's so important to get these fish back that are of this caliber, keep them in the system, and that's the reason why they're in here. So,
and she caught it at a very shallow water too, so it's not like it had a long fight on the way up. Look at how big and beautiful this fish is. Dude, it's so big.
all right.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh, nice job.
That was awesome.
Oh my god.
How are you feeling?
Amazing. Amazing. I was slowly starting to get my jig down, and I didn't even make it halfway through, and it was already like sitting there, and it came up and shot up at me, like literally maybe 5 seconds in the water. It was so quick. Didn't even have to jig or anything. And then I realized it was like, that's my personal best. I got a 14 1/4 crappie. I'm so amazed, so excited.
And it was so big, tall.
So tall. Thank you guys so much for helping with the live well and everything. That was amazing. I'm just so glad it got back in the water safely. I caught it on the Clam pink drop kick and using my Sobi Odyssey rod, of course, from Elliott Rods. Oh, an absolutely amazing day. I'm so excited.
And we've got more time.
More time. I'm so excited.
So that was amazing. That was super cool. That was her PB white crappie. I can't wait to get that picture blown up and potentially put it in the house. She was pumped, I was pumped, Augie was pumped, B-Rock was pumped, and that was kind of the sign we needed to see that there's giant fish in here. So I want to say no more than like an hour after that, Augie, boom. Austin,
Oh my god. What happened? It's an absolute monster.
dude.
It's an absolute monster.
Donkey time.
Let's get him on the bomb.
Giant.
Oh my god, 14 and a half. Right on 14 and a half.
but dude, so tall.
Look at how big that fish is. Oh my god.
What?
Look at the size of that
Oh my god.
Oh,
Bro.
dude, I didn't even see him. I did not even see the fish. It just, all of a sudden, boom, and it was literally no fight, just like Steph's, no fight. Came right up the hole, and when he got up at the hole, he was pretty much stuck. But to sit out here all day and beat on like 10s and 11s, and then all of a sudden, so many. And then to all of a sudden have that potential of getting a big fish like that, like that's so much fun. So much fun, dude.
That's how you cap out
Let's
tonight.
go.
That's how you cap out tonight. These fish were so tall, so thick. The build on these fish were like no crappies I'd really seen before. And this exploration mission turned from an insane day of crappie fishing to 2 people catching both their PBs. I don't know if that's Augie's PB lengthwise, but weight-wise, potentially. And yeah, to see a giant white crappie by Steph the Great and a giant black crappie by Augie, and then we just totally smashed these fish. It was an incredible day. So I can't wait to come back to this area and explore a little bit more. And huge shout out to Steph the Great and Augie Auger Isaacson for poking some awesome fish. So thank you guys for watching this episode all the way to the end. Make sure you go check out this ice defense unit by Cold Nation Outdoors. This company's really cool. I think they're a small Minnesota-based company, and this product is extremely unique. It stands alone, and if you do any sort of ice fishing, I feel like you need it in your life. So check that out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already, because we've got awesome videos to come. And huge shout out to Steph and Augie on those beautiful fish. So I guess there's nothing left to be said than stay tuned. And as always, let the adventure begin. See ya.
Move ahead, oh my pretty babe. Something ain't right. Got to find a way to move ahead. Oh my pretty